night leadership training. This is the training that you will get focused and be able to help your team to move on to success. So we have some exciting news this evening and a organized training for you this evening. But first, before moving on, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Shanaira Richardson, diplomat with Global Wild Trade. And before going on to the training, I would like to bring on our national ambassador, Mr. Rene Lior, who also has some exciting news for everyone on the call about Minnesota trip and team. So I'm just going to unmute our national ambassador, Mr. Rene Lior. Hi, good evening, Rene. Are you with us?
Hi, yes, yeah, can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear. Take it away.
Thank you so much for doing a wonderful job hosting this month, and a very, very good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I might be sound of my voice is kind of going. Had an amazing trip this past few days, rocking it together with the Minnesota team. What can I say? It was such an amazing trip, full of excitement, a lot of energy, very exhausting, but of course, you know, just very excited for what's going to be happening the next few months with Minnesota. Of course, we started off with having our Friday night hotel tour, and of course our Saturday boot camp. We also had two tours on Friday, a boot camp on Saturday. Of course, Saturday night we had a fashion show. Team hung out afterwards. It was such a great time mixing and mingling. Of course, we also had our incredible regional ambassador, Ms. Jeanette Beaver, with us on that trip. So the team just got, you know, an amazing powwow session with myself and, of course, with Jeanette. What can I say, folks? I'm looking forward to going back to Minnesota. I just watch out for what's going to be happening the next few months with this team. All I can say is that we had a lot of LCs, pretty much a close to 100% closing ratio. Pretty much every single one of the guests who came out got started. And a few of the guests who got started on Friday night, of course, came to the Saturday boot camp right away. And after Saturday boot camp, they started inviting people to come see us Saturday night. Even today, as we're heading back from lovely Minnesota to Toronto, we're stopping by one of the new LC's home. And again, launch another VDM mall at that point in time. So we have a lot of big things happening. But, you know, I wanted to call upon our amazing LCs and leaders in that Minnesota market, of course, to share their excitement too. Before that, let me first call upon our regional ambassador, Jeanette Beaver, who of course also took the time to fly down with me together to support the team. Jeanette, you know, we had an amazing weekend. Can you share some of your thoughts over the past few days? It felt like, you know, a whole week, but, you know, how did you feel about that last trip this past weekend?
Yes, thank you so much, Renee. Well, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, everyone around the world. It was so exciting, Renee, and you know, like the energy and the leadership of our LCs, they are amazing. The hospitality, the welcome, it's truly an amazing trip. And not only that, all the quality of people that we've met this weekend, it's fantastic. Like you're right, they're all joined, like pretty much all the LCs, the new guests that came to meet with us and to learn about this amazing opportunity. They all was blown away of how much money they could honestly make in this company, and the beauty of the products, and of course the leadership. And so it was so amazing, and you know, it's very busy. We got like tours right away when we got there, and then of course, you know, we always play after the hard work, and we had an amazing team gathering, a nice karaoke. So you know, it's always like that, right? Like with GWT, it's always balanced, because we had an amazing business. We work really hard. We get really great results, and of course, then it's time for that team gathering. And it's not just team gatherings. I mean, we all had really great time, but it's the amount of information and knowledge that they got from you, Renee. It's fantastic, and I got a little bit of course, share, with the team too. But you can't get this from any other company, honestly. We've met so many people there that came from another direct sales company, and, with the leadership and the support that we're giving to all our LCs around the world, and, they're really, really impressed about that, and all the trainings, of course, because I know that came out, some of the questions, how's the training, what kind of trainings provided. And so when we told them that we've got so much trainings, and they're all, they're mostly free, and they can just train at home, and the support. So it's really great. I wanted to thank Marshall for a great, hosting, and of course the whole entire Minnesota team. I really love it there, and I'm so grateful. So thank you so much, Renee.
Well, thank you so much, Jeanette, and of course, thank you as well for sharing a lot of your key training that really changed a lot of lives this past weekend, and of course, leading the fashion show and giving some coaching on branding party events was absolutely priceless. And again, so I'm gonna call upon next, of course, our superhero in Minnesota. Again, personal thank you to Marshall, to you for just, taking us in, treating us so well. I never had better foot in my life in this trip here. It was just a blast. So, Marshall, again, congratulations for an amazing, successful weekend. I know how excited you must be. Can you share a few words of your excitement too, Marshall?
Woo! Man, we are jacked up, brother. But first and foremost, I just want to say thank you so much, Renee and Jeanette, for taking your precious time out to come to Minnesota and supporting us. And this event would not have gone well if the team wasn't here. So huge shout out to the Minnesota team for everyone that were able to make it out. And I just got to say, this has been a great experience because I've never personally worked on a one-on-one basis like this with you and also Jeanette, and I gotta say this was amazing. So my tip for everyone out there is grow your market so you can have these amazing leaders come in to help you elevate your market and create a lot of explosive growth, you know what I mean? So this weekend we had a lot of good quality prospects, and that's what we were aiming for, was the quality of the people that were partying up with Global World Trade, and we're just excited. The next few months is going to be insane. We're going to work super hard to get our official Minnesota launch here, and bro, we're just jacked, man. We're excited. I'm literally on E&E, excited and exhausted, but that's what it takes, right? You have to be hungry for success and do whatever it takes if you want to live like the top 5% of the world. So I'm excited, and I know a lot of people in the Minnesota team as well. So thank you again, guys. We definitely appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Marshall. And of course, you said it right. This past weekend, watching the way you move, the way you work, your work ethics, your dedication, your determination, you are just persistent in pushing this market, and it's paying off big time for you, Marshall. So congratulations. I know we had a few other Minnesota LCs who are trying to share as well too. Do we have Ozzy in the call as well?
Hello, Renee. This is Ozzy. Can you hear me well?
Ozzy, welcome to the call. Again, thank you so much, Ozzy, for, of course, driving us around and taking such good care of us. So, Ozzy, congrats to you as well, because, of course, you just launched another 2 VDMs today before we left. So share some love and share some excitement, my brother.
Well, Renee, thank you very much. And no, literally, thank you and Jeanette for coming to Minnesota and helping us grow our market. It was definitely a blessing, and we are extremely excited. What really got me excited was the training and how simple you made it. I mean, it was so simple that our new LC picked it up right off the bat and started putting the steps together, and lo and behold, now she has a new LC that signed up the next day. And that's how simple you made it for us here. So we're extremely excited. We're excited to grow this even bigger. And yeah, exactly what Marshall said, everyone, grow your market so all these amazing leaders can come through and help you blow it up even bigger.
All right, thank you, Ozzy. And again, just a personal thank you as well, just for again taking such good care of us. And congrats to you because you guys some serious, good quality people that just launched their VDMs. And I'm excited to see how many VDMs we're gonna be launching, how many new diplomats will be created and ambassadors. So congrats to you as well. I believe we have as well Dustin on the call. Is Dustin on the call too? Shannara, if you can see Dustin Lee in the attendees list, and if you want to share a few words before we can unmute him, that would be fantastic.
Hi,
Hello.
Mr. Dustin, again, special thanks to you for taking
Okay.
care of us this past weekend. And man, we had a blast. But Dustin, share with me your excitement. What did you get out of this past weekend?
Woo! Oh my gosh, Renee, you know what? This weekend is the best weekend ever, It's like on, at the tour, before the tour, I can feel like all the LCs live very, they ready for the tour. It's like they show up very early, they show the support, and whoever don't have the car, they actually go to pick up them to go to the tour. So it's like that's a good culture. So we want to make sure nobody left behind and everyone have to be in the tour. And the amazing thing happened is 100% closing ratio, and the thing is so amazing. So the next day will be the training one. You do everything is very simple. It's like you focus. It's like the one thing I learned from your training, Renee, is duplication. We need to do something that everyone, even the beginner, can do it. And the thing like it works so well. Just right after your tour, and then the next day, it's like the fashion show is amazing. And after the fashion show is the party, and I never forget. And actually this morning I already have the tour already booked for tomorrow, so I so excited for that, and I can't wait to talk to the prospect. So, I can't. Everything is so great.
Thank you so much, Dustin. Again, I'm proud of your leadership and your support and being there. So, I don't want to hold up just the training for tonight, but again, from myself and Jeanette, again, last time, a super big thank you to the Minnesota team. And again, Shannara, thank you so much for allowing me to get on and just share our excitement. Yes, hello.
Hi, Renee. Sorry to cut you off, but I just wanted to shout out and thank also Leah for driving 10 hours from Chicago to come and meet us and learn from us. So I wanted to congratulate her for driving all that way by herself to get some training.
Yes, thank you so much, because I almost forgot to mention as well too, because folks, talk about dedication. She took off work on a Friday, drove 10 to 12 hours. It was supposed to be a 6-hour drive, but the traffic got delayed. 12 hours later, she arrived at the tour, got to the boot camp and just left today. So again, congratulations, Leah, for being persistent. Folks, some of you guys, we have weekly trainings in local markets, and you live 5 minutes down the road, and you don't make the time. And other people have to drive 12 hours to get to a training, but they know that the training will change their lives. So again, Leah, big congrats to you as well too. And again, thank you so much, Shannara, for allowing us to get a call and share our excitement. And the call's back to you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, National Ambassador Mr. Rene Lior and Regional Ambassador Ms. Jeanette Beaver. Congrats again. Wow. Congrats to the Minnesota team. I know you guys have been working so hard, and I just want to encourage you to continue working towards your goals, and as long as you continue doing that, you'll definitely see success. Now, moving on to the training, I would like to introduce our presenter this evening. This gentleman is another well-known powerhouse with Global Wild Trade. He launched his Global Wild Trade business in 2007. He came from wealth management banking background, and when he first saw this business, he automatically put the pieces together and said to himself, this is a tax benefit, and assets of gold, silver, diamonds were all key to wealth when he first saw Global World Trade. So he launched as a diamond right away and personally launched 65 BDMs, and those 65 BDMs has grown to almost 4,500 BDMs in 68 countries, including 2,000 BDMs in 27 Caribbean islands, and he has continued to help, support, mentor many people around the Caribbean where the average income is $700 to $900 a month to earn $1,000 to over $10,000 a month in GWT. He's earned residual income for over 360 weeks straight, non-stop, and he's doubled his income from the banking that he used to work before. And as part of an amazing Diamond LC, he's also a member of the 10K Freedom Club. He's a GWT six-figure income earner, and he won many leadership awards, including the highest award in the company, which is the President's Cup winner. And they call him none other the Caribbean man. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to our regional ambassador, Mr. Sean Haynes. Good evening, Sean. Are you with us on the call?
Wonderful. Good evening, Shanaira. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear. Take it away.
Thank you so much, Shanaira, and let me congratulate you first of all. You've done a tremendous job this March as the Ambassador to Man, taking great leadership, and let me congratulate the Minnesota team led by Ambassador Marshall. Absolutely tremendous. Congrats. Proud of Minnesota. I realize there's a secret when we go on these trips, because I've listened to Renee and Jeanette say how the team took them for tours today, and I know our last day in Haiti, they drove us to the airport and took us to the VIP lounge. We thought we were going to relax. Next thing, we're doing tour after tour in the VIP lounge. So it's so interesting how what happens in these markets, but it's all great to see, you know, these markets taking such action when they have special guests in town to maximize. And just a note from our National Ambassador, Renee Leal, we also want to thank Chris and his wife who set up the table with all the beautiful products. So again, the teamwork that always happens, it takes many people that come together to put these great events together. So congrats again, Minnesota. Well, now tonight's trading, it's all about compensation plans made simple. And this training actually came originally from our National Ambassador, Renee Leal. That's why you see his picture there. But I'm going to be doing the training tonight. And actually it's interesting because our boot camp yesterday, many of the topics in this training, in the tripod of belief, we actually touched on a lot of these yesterday about what makes Global Wealth Trade compensation plan the best of the best. So the very first question we want to look at tonight is how many legs, and that's basically how many legs do you have to build for success, okay? So there's so many companies out there. If you've ever talked with our CEO and our national ambassador, you know, who built multiple companies, basically, you know, many times they had to build many, many legs wide. Okay, and the reason for that is, which is the next question, is you only got paid to a certain amount of levels. But imagine having to build, you know, 3, 5, 10, 30 legs wide. Just think about how difficult that would be. Whereas in Global Wealth Trade, guess what? We have to build 2 legs. That by itself already separates us from so many out there, not to mention the fact that our volume flows up for infinity. So, you know, whenever you're talking to someone and you're going to go through comparing compensation plans, it's a simple question: how many legs? If there's more than 2, there is no more need for conversation, or what we say, game over, because why would you ever want to go through building more than 2 legs? Doesn't make any sense. And then, as I said, the next question with that is how deep? Because in many cases, you only get paid to a certain amount of levels. I always remember our CEO talking about his first company. They only got paid basically 6 levels deep, and they could see all these millions of dollars of volume coming from 7th level and up, but guess what? They never got paid on it. Well, we know in global wealth trade, you can go to infinity. I mean, we have people 300, 500 plus levels deep. All that volume is flowing up to infinity, never flush. I mean, it's just absolutely incredible. So anytime having a conversation with someone, they say they get paid on 6 levels, 8 levels, 10 levels, 20 levels, doesn't matter. If it's not to infinity, game over. It's not even a conversation. Now, in many of these companies, they get paid a percentage on all the levels below a certain level if you become the supreme NATO commander. Okay, so if you become the supreme NATO commander, now you get 1% paid on all the levels after level 7. Of course, you got to continue to qualify and requalify as the supreme NATO commander, because otherwise you have the title supreme NATO commander, but you're no longer getting paid on all those levels down. So here in Global Wealth Trade, guess what? Instantly, day one you launch, you're getting paid on all the levels down. Of course, you become a diamond, you get the maximum payout from day one that every top leader in the company is eligible to get immediately. Again, no question, Global Wealth Trade, the best of the best. Now, what's the commission payout percentage? It's interesting. So many of these we went through again with the tripod of belief, because when we talk about belief in global wealth trade, simply put, there is nothing out there, there is no comp plan out there that even comes close. Now here, it's incredible. We have what's called a flex plan. I was actually asking people at boot camp yesterday about the flex plan. It's amazing how few people even are aware of the flex plan, and it's because in global wealth trade we have so many monumental releases, so many monumental things that are happening, that something like the flex plan, which is historic in the industry, basically it's under the radar. Well, with the flex plan, even at the lowest payout, which is $1,000, pays you $50. If you're a diamond, that's a 5% payout. Of course, all the way up to $62.50 pays you $500, is an 8% payout. Many companies out there, basically, you're looking at 2 to 5% payout at the max with most companies out there, and you got to become the supreme NATO commander to even maximize that 5% payout. Of course, that's if they don't have gimmicks where they tell you that, oh, we pay you 100% on one leg, but of course that one leg is your weaker leg. So, suppose you're like some of our leaders, like our regional ambassador Jeanette Beaver, with millions of dollars of volume. Imagine having millions in volume, 5, 10, 20 million in volume sitting on one leg, but you can never get paid out on it. I don't think any of us would ever like that. And again, what makes global wealth trade the best of the best? So again, commission payout percentage, the same on each level, because this is another thing many of these companies do, is that as you go deeper, they give you diminishing payout. So, maybe they pay you out 5% on level 1 to 5, then they're going to pay you out 4% on level 6, 3% on level 7, 2% on level 8, and then, if you're the Supreme NATO Commander, 1% level 9 and down. So, this is just information to know. If you're sitting down with anyone and, they want to question you, they want to tell you anything, this is just the information for you to know that absolutely without question, there is no comparison to global wealth trade. And by the way, many of the hot shots, top leaders in many of these companies, they don't even know, by the way, the answers to some of these questions, which is quite funny. You know, they'll sit down, they'll be all, you know, I'm the hot shot, I'm this, I'm that, but they don't even know the answers to many of these questions. You know, we're so fortunate because our CEO, Remy Mesgarlu, again, top compensation plan expert in the world, you know, and not only he designed the world's first free-flowing variable compensation plan that pays out like nothing else that's ever existed, again, up to 70% total payout with our comp plan. But he gave us this training, he gave us this knowledge so that we would know exactly why we're the best of the best and nothing compares to us that exists in the industry today. Okay, this is absolutely, you know, you always hear National Ambassador Rene Leo say the game over clause, absolutely 100% game over. If they have ranks, there is no more further conversation. Conversation is over. Why do you need to have ranks? Our CEO will tell you there's only one reason that you need to have ranks. Now, they like to make it look good. You know, each rank you achieve, or you just reach emerald, you know, they give you a nice pin, they put you on stage, you know, take your picture, but there's only one reason why they have ranks, okay, and that's basically to restrict the flow of funds from the company to you, okay? So if you did the work, you created a volume, and you're supposed to get paid out a certain amount in commissions, why not get paid out day one? Well, again, many of these companies, they have such low profit items that they could never pay out what they claim that they're going to pay out. So what they do is they put all these ranks, you know, Director 1, Regional Director 2, you know, Starship Commander 3, Supreme NATO Commander of the Galaxy. So all these ranks basically to restrict the flow of funds from them to you unless you hit and maintain the very, very top rank. And, you know, some of these companies with 32 ranks, let's face it, maybe 1% will ever hit that top rank, probably not even 1%. So, you know, the other 99% plus, from day one, they have zero chance of ever maximizing what the company claims that it pays out. Another absolute game over clause, do they flush volume? If they flush volume, then guess what? Game over. Again, this happens so often. Many companies, you know, what they'll do, they'll pay you out to a certain amount of volume. Everything after that is flush. Or if you don't, you know, get paid out on a certain amount of volume by a certain time, then it's flushed away. I mean, they have many different gimmicks to end up flushing away your volume. You know, again, they cap the amount of volume that you can even get paid out on. So everything after that is flushed away. Again, we have people here, you know, 1 million in volume, 5 million in volume, 10 million in volume. You know, we know our national ambassador, Reza Mesgarlu, you know, 3.5 years just by paying his monthly IA. Of course, the monthly IA, the greatest program to help create residual income ever in direct sales. That's why we have that amazing new video, the importance of IA with the national and regional ambassadors. That's a video you want to make sure every LC in your organization is watching, even a great video to send to prospects. But we know our national ambassador, our #1 earner, first millionaire, Mr. Reza Mesgarlu, 3.5 years, paying his IA, had 7.5 million in volume on one side. So, you know, when he got started, he just had to build the other side. 2/3 of the work already was done. And, you know, because he took massive action, 27 months later, had earned his first million. And, of course, you know, today earned as much as $500 every 47 minutes. Now, imagine in any other company if that volume had been flushed away and he had to be starting from scratch again. nothing out there comes close or compares to GWT. Okay, so underlying issue, aside from the compensation plan, of course, the next issue is the products or service of most companies. And the reason this is the underlying issue, again, is low profit. Most of the products these companies are offering are low profit products. There's a company that just went out of business. It was offering these services to people. You know, they're claiming they're offering internet services, but they were offering things that you could actually get on the internet for free. Now, why would you ever want to pay for something you could get for free? It's no wonder that they went out of business, you know, but so many people were caught up with the hype of that company, and, you know, this is always the problem. Many people get caught up with the hype of these companies with their products and services, but it's a low profit product. It's a product that there's so much competition in. The next company can easily come out and claim that they have a similar product that's better. So then half, you know, the organization is running to that next company, and you know, it's just happening over and over again, where it's so difficult to make it in these companies. Now, here's some stats from the Direct Selling Association and the Worldwide Direct Selling Association. So we have the North American one, and then we have the worldwide one, and you can actually Google the stats for yourself. So when it comes to all these products and services that are out there, this question is, how many companies sell what you sell? So according to the DSA, 15.9 million in North America in direct sales. 95% are in health and wellness and service. Okay, 95%. So right away, you know, day one, if you're getting into health or wellness or service type of products, you know, telecommunications and so on, 95% are already doing that. So basically 15.1 million competitors, and you're already looking at just an 8% retention ratio. Well, it's clear why, because, you know, I bring out the best juice that's ever been made. It was grown on Mount Everest under the special moonlight, but, you know, another company comes along and claims that they grew theirs on Mount Everest, not only under the special moonlight, but someone climbed up a ladder to go even higher and put it closer to the moonlight. So their juice is now better than my juice. So no wonder everyone now wants to run over to that next company. So that's why there's the 8% retention ratio, and it's so difficult to make it when you have such competition with such low profit products that are copied and duplicated by other companies. Now, the Worldwide Direct Selling Association, 89.7 million people worldwide in direct sales. 91% are in health, wellness, and service worldwide. So again, 81.6 million competitors and 8% retention ratio. My goodness. Why in the world would you ever want to get into that? Again, here at GWT, no one on earth does what we do. First of all, the only designer fashion house in direct sales to begin with, but then even beyond that, when you talk about designer fashion house, nobody else does Palladium silver. Nobody else does or Farimash 19 karat, 21 karat gold. So, you know, things that we do that simply no one else on earth does. That's what you want to be in. Yet, the products we have, we know the demand for these products. Everyone in the world loves these products, want these products all across the globe. That's why companies like Louis Vuitton have been around 250 years and still making more and more record profit year after year. So we know we have what everybody wants, but yet we have created unique within that world that's never existed, and we're the only one in direct sales. Where else could you possibly want to be but global wealth trade. So unless, you'd rather become half a doctor, and I tell you, in Team Haiti, over half the team there are doctors, and they don't want to be in health or wellness. They all love being in global wealth trade with designer products. So even doctors know that global wealth trade is the place to be. Now, question 8. Wouldn't it make sense to be in a company with less competition and higher retention? Well, of course. That's the logical answer. 10 times out of 10. There is no question. Again, only company in the entire world that does what we do is global wealth trade. Okay, so here's what to expect sometimes from people that you talk to in these other companies, because again, they've all been basically pumped up from hype and show pretty much day one. So I'm going to tell you, my products are truly remarkable. These products save my life. This shampoo can help you grow hair. You can go from bald to hair that's going to be down to your knees. My company products are truly the best out there. I've looked at others, and only these products can help me. My service is the cheapest you can find out there. That's a statement I would run away for sure, because if your service is the cheapest, if that's what you're based on, someone comes along tomorrow with a cheaper service, what are you going to base it on after that? My quality is the best. So the answer to all of these questions is, the issue is that other distributors in other companies, the 95% that you're in competition with, they're all saying exactly the same thing. So it's an absolute never-ending battle that goes on every day, every week, every month, every year. And that's why you see hundreds of companies come, hundreds of companies go, repeatedly, over and over again, because they're all battling in this pool. Like Coke and Pepsi is just like trading back and forth to customers, running from here, running to there. And again, you can never, ever make it in these companies unless you become that supreme NATO commander, unless you can build an organization of 100,000 people, which we already know 99% will never do that in direct sales. So unless you're that supreme NATO commander, why would you ever want to get into that battle? Now, here's what you're going to hear, because the one person who does become the supreme NATO commander, they're the one person that maximizes the comp plan. The company also usually keep back special bonuses, special pays out for this one person. Of course, many of these companies, they even pay these people to become a part of these companies to begin with. So, they're telling you that they're earning a certain amount. Part of that is already paid by the company. So, you're going to hear the top earner in my company, he makes $100 trillion a month. Woo! Isn't that exciting? Well, the answer to that is, if we went by that logic to determine which compensation plan was the best, we might as well say Amway has the best compensation plan out there. And we all know that's absolutely not close to the case. So again, anybody who wants to tell you these things, just know, first of all, many of them, they got huge bonuses. And the problem with bonuses is it's one-time payout. It's amazing to me to see people who got a bonus check, 25,000 bonus check, they're up on a stage, then they tell you that they make 25,000 a month. But it was a one-time bonus. Okay, and that's the problem again with many companies, is they pay out huge amount in bonuses. You see global wealth trade, again, 60% goes into commissions, residual income. That's where the bulk of the payout should be, and we have 10% in bonuses. Many of these companies give you huge, huge bonuses, and the royalty commissions is much, much lower. So again, just be strong. Okay, so again, I don't care how much other people say they make. What I care about is when I look at a compensation plan, can I see myself making it? Again, I remember Business for Home recently was featuring someone. They just hit 100,000 a month. They hit 100,000 a month. They have a team of 230,000 distributors. Now, I would be running as fast as I possibly can. I'd be calling Flash to give me a lift to get me away from there as fast as possible. Because if somebody has to build 230,000 distributors to make 100,000 a month, they just told me I have zero hope. Zero hope. I'm better to go and just start playing the lottery than to ever make it to the top of that company. How about here? We have Rene Liao, 100,000 a month with 7,000 distributors. Do we really need any more than that? 100,000 with 230,000, 100,000 with 7,000. Again, global wealth trade, not even a question. The best of the best that ever has been and ever will be. Okay, so you're going to hear sometimes I can make X amount just by doing this in my first month. And again, that's because many companies focus on paying out more in bonuses and less in commissions. So again, it means that your check will be up and down. So you'll see that many companies, people came in the first year, they took action, they get all these huge bonuses. I mean, I've talked to people in their first year in companies, they were making 20, 30, 40,000 a month. By year 2, now they're barely making 3,000, 4,000 a month. Some even less than that. Why? Because it was all bonuses at the beginning. Once the bonuses are gone, what's left behind it is not much at all. So again, we're interested in building long-term, stable residual income business with focus on commissions and good bonuses on top of the commissions. Okay, so commissions first. That's how our CEO set up this company. He wanted to make sure that we can all earn true residual income for life. We can build it today, and it can pass on not only for us, it can pass on to our children, grandchildren, and so on down the road. But on top of that, for performance, we do have great bonuses at the same time on top of the commissions that create that long-term residual income. Okay, so if you want to work hard 5 years and take off the next 50 years, you need to find a compensation plan that pays you the most stable, highest commissions possible, and the easiest plan to work with, right? So why, again, would you build more than 2 legs when at GWT it's only 2? Again, this makes so much sense. And I've talked to people. I remember talking to a guy in a company, and he was the supreme vice president position they had there, and 21 years in, and he still had to be out actively building it. I'm like, wow, 21 years. Okay, that sounds like a job. 21 years, and he still was not making the type of residual income he wanted to make. And again, why? Because all these ranks, hurdles, legs that they have to build, GWT, 2 legs, down to infinity, and, variable binary, free-flowing, you get paid out. I mean, simply nothing exists like global wealth trade on Earth. So why would you choose to only get paid down to certain levels when GWT pays to infinity? Why would you choose varying commission percentage when GWT is 8% first level down to infinity? Why would you choose a compensation plan that flushes when GWT never flushes? Why would you want to go through ranks where GWT has no ranks? Simple solution, join GWT. So again, all our LCs on the call, you already know the right answer. Now it's about going out there educated. Now you have the information, the knowledge that anytime, you come across someone in another company, you can have a very polite, you always want to be polite, but you can be very strong and confident in having a conversation with anyone out there. It doesn't matter. If you sit down with that guy who has 230,000 people, you can start to ask them some of these questions. Believe me, they'll not be able to say a thing. And of course, we all know record setting in the 3 key areas for creating residual income. 70-year industry, 9 years in, we've shattered the industry in records, annual retention, monthly reorder, earnings per distributor. That's the 3 keys right there. You want to create residual income for life, and believe me, most people you ask, they're not even going to have a clue about even those 3 things needed to create residual income. Just know, GWT is and will always be the record setter in those areas, which means GWT is and always will be the final home if you want to create true residual income for life. So that's our training for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all so much for being on this training. And, I'm going to pass it back now to our Ambassador Month, Shanaira Richardson. And again, folks, take this knowledge, go out there, and let's share GWT to everyone, to the billion. Back to you, Shanaira.
Amazing, Regional Ambassador Sean. Thank you so much for taking us through that amazing training for this evening. We have a lot of comments and questions coming in. We have Diplomat Arthur Anthony from St. Lucia saying, thanks, Sean. Another bombshell reality and presentation to build our business and confidence to the billion. No competition. Absolutely. Diplomat Arthur Anthony, thank you so much for being on the call with us. We also have Diplomat Daisy saying congratulations to the Minnesota team and great leaders who took the time for the trip. Thank you to our amazing Regional Ambassador Sean Haynes for the incredible training. And of course, thank you to our amazing Shanaira for always hosting this call every Sunday evening. Thank you so much, Diplomat Daisy, as well. And thank you for showing leadership and always being on the calls and being sure that you're always being heard. We have another comment coming in from our National Ambassador, Mr. Rene Lior, saying, amazing training, Sean. Couldn't have done it any better. Myself, I loved it, especially the humor in it. Thank you for rocking it. That's right. I totally agree with you, National Ambassador Mr. Rene Lior. We also have another comment coming in from our National Ambassador, Mr. Reza Mizgalu, saying, therefore, the success you are having. Thank you so much, National Ambassador Reza Mizgalu. We have another
Hello,
comment.
Shanaira.
Hi,
Hi, Shanaira. This is Sherry Zhao here from California.
Oh, hi, Regional Ambassador
Hi.
Sherry. Welcome to the call.
Thank you. So before we continue with the comments, I'd like to bring up a few questions that actually the people, our luxury consultants asked in the afternoon. I think those are pretty good, very good questions, and if we can have our Regional Ambassador Sean Haynes to clarify those, will be great for everyone here too, I believe.
Absolutely. Sean, are you with us?
Hello, Sean, are you still there?
Yeah, of course I'm here. Of course I'm here. Go ahead, Sherry.
Thank you so much. Great training. Thank you. So we have a few things that if you don't mind, you can write it down. I just want to bring the one time all together. So we have people actually in the afternoon, they ask what do you mean by flash volume? That's the first question. I think it's a very important question to ask. And the other one I think is also very important is they actually brought up the personal cap. So I believe there are a lot of people like in Nigeria. They have this, question. What do you mean by personal cap, and what, like how you can maximize your income? Making $10,000 a week. So that's a second very good question and a very important one that I remember. I think it's great to bring up again. So these are the two most important questions that I remember. I think it's great if you can clarify that. What do you mean by the cap, and then and also the volume, like the personal cap and the flash volume.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much, Sherry. And thank you. I know, again, you did a great job moderating our worldwide global boot camp yesterday also, so thank you for that. Flush-in volume, well, again, in many other companies, very simply, they find different reasons to flush volume. See, in global wealth trade, as long as you're paying your monthly IA, your volume never flushes. So, many people, what happens, again, on one leg, you can get your business being built up, but we know we have to have 6,250 between your left and right. So, if let's say your one leg, which is usually your common side, is building up, that volume is building up, in global wealth trade, as long as you pay your monthly IA, that volume remains for you. So, again, the example I gave with our national ambassador, Mr. Rezames Garlu, where 3.5 years, his volume had built up to 7.5 million on one side, and he just had to do the 1/3 on the other side. So in many other companies, they would actually have flushed away that volume. So it wouldn't be there for Reza to be able to take advantage of. In some companies, what they do is you can only earn on a certain amount of volume. So maybe you can only earn on $300,000 worth of volume. Everything after that, they flush it away. Or when they pay you out, basically any remaining volume, they flush away. So many of the companies, they have these different tricks and gimmicks, all to do with the fact they want to basically restrict, as many ways as possible to pay you out as little as possible. But in GWT, our CEO wants to pay us out as much as possible. So as long as you pay your monthly IA, again, this is why we tell you how important IA is. It's your key to residual income. So, whether it's our national ambassador, Rezames Garlu, whether it's, our regional ambassadors, Sarah and Winnie, we have our Diamond Vicky Ford in St. Lucia, all these examples we show where their volume was collecting on one side through paying their IA. Then when their other side got going, boom, they started to earn huge income almost overnight. So no flushing of volume in global wealth trade separates us from pretty much every company out there. Now, the personal cap. So basically, with GWT, basically we know one on your left, one on your right. That qualifies your business to be able to earn commissions. Now, they have to be renewed silver. Basically, so you need one renewed silver on your left, one renewed silver on your right to be able to earn commissions. Now, we have a tremendous team strategy video done by our national ambassador, Renee Liao, and our regional ambassador, Lior Scaler. And I know all the top leaders who've built a success follow that team strategy video, which is basically you start with your first 3 personally launch on your common site. So if you want to build for long-term success, that's really how you want to follow to create a strong foundation. But at the end of the day, one on your left, one on your right qualifies you. However, now, if you want to maximize to earn the full $10,000 per week, basically there's what we call the personal cap based on how many you personally enrolled. That means that you're still actively building, contributing to the business to earn more income. Because if you bring one on your left and one on your right, and then, you know, you went to the beach, and those people continued working and are making you commissions. Basically, you're what we call in the forensic 8 categories of distributor, the lotto group. Okay, and so it's not a lottery business. It's about each of us doing our part to contribute so we can all earn residual for life. So with a personal cap, basically what happens that, you know, basically protects our business and promotes each of us doing our part to get paid out to the maximum is through the personal cap. So 2 to 4 personally enrolled members, you can earn up to $2,000 a week, which is $104,000 a year. 5 to 9 can earn up to $4,000 a week, which is $208,000 per year. 10 to 14, you can earn up to $6,000 a week, or $312,000 per year. 15 to 19 earn up to $8,000 a week, or $416,000 per year. And then 20 plus, basically you can earn up to $10,000 per week, or $520,000 per year. Okay, so I hope that covers the answers to those 2 questions. Thanks so much, Regional Ambassador Sherry Zhao, for bringing those up. Back to you, Shanaira.
Oh, sorry, Sean, thank you so much for clarification here. I think it's great that you covered everything here. There's one more I think it's good to bring up. We have one person actually this afternoon was asking how they can qualify how they can qualify for the car program. So that's very exciting. I think it's good if you can help answer that too.
Certainly, no problem.
Thank you.
The first answer I'll give to that is that after you finish this call, you should go into your back office, and right there on the main page on the left side, you'll see CDSE qualifications, and it basically takes you through how to qualify from diplomat to global ambassador. But qualifying for the car basically means you're a national ambassador, 32 personally launched silver VDMs earned on monthly IA, and you have 1 regional ambassador, 100,000 in group volume, and I believe 10 cycles per month. So that's off the top of my head, but I believe that is the correct information to become national ambassador and get your car for 18 months, and then you can decide, like Reza, if you want a $130,000 Audi A8L, or like Rene, if you want the $130,000 BMW M5. And of course, we have our newest qualifier, Comfort. We're still waiting to see what she's going to choose. So I hope that answers that. So back to you, Shanaira.
All right. Thank you so much, Regional Ambassador Sean Haynes and Regional Ambassador Sherry Zhao. And thank you, Sean, for clearing up those questions that we had from the Nigeria team today. Now, I'm going to continue with some more comments that we have coming in and then move on to our announcements. We have John Wesley Pierce saying, thanks, Ambassador Sean. We have our national ambassador, Mr. Reza Mizgalu, saying, what an incredible training. You hit the nail right on the head, right to the point. Absolutely. Thank you so much, national ambassador, Mr. Reza Mizgalu, and John Wesley Pierre. Thank you so much. We also have Anne-Marie coming in from Dominica saying, thanks, Sean, for your inspirational training. It is a pleasure listening to you. It is always good to be reminded that GWT are the best. Absolutely, Anne-Marie, and thank you so much for being on the call. We have Chanel Onimu saying, I've gained a lot more confidence. Thank you. I look forward to the next training. Absolutely. Thank you so much for being on the call. We have calling McMutry saying, brilliant training tonight, Sean. It is always necessary to hear and learn about GWT. Absolutely. Absolutely. Anne-Marie saying, thanks much, Shanaira. You are a wonderful host. Thank you so much, Anne-Marie. We have DeRoy. DeRoy saying, thank you. Thank you. Fantastic information training from one of our superstar regional ambassadors, Mr. Sean Haynes. I will watch this another 2, 3, 4 times. Absolutely. Great, great idea, DeRoy. The more you watch it, the more better you will learn and become, actually. We also have KS saying to the billion. We have Darcy McManus saying GWT rather great. We have Mona saying, thank you, Sean Haynes, for a great training and a reminder that GWT has the best compensation plan in the industry. We have Nando from Canada saying, thanks for the great training. Many notes, absolutely. I hope everyone took lots of notes. We have Rohan coming in saying, great webinar, thanks. We have John L. Simmons saying, thank you very much, Sean, I'm inspired, and many, many more comments where that came from. So thank you, everyone, for being on the call. But before closing off the call, let's go through some announcements for you. We have our live tour coming up in Toronto this Wednesday, April 1st. 2015, the doors will be open at our new location training center. That's 9011 Leslie Street, Richmond Hill, Ontario. We're going to have the doors open at 7 p.m. Tour starts at 7:30 p.m. And we have a special guest, so you definitely do not want to miss that. We have our special guest, Regional Ambassador Mr. Leor Scaler, that will be there, and we'll be definitely seeing our amazing host, our National Ambassador, Mr. Rene Leor, who will be the host that evening. So smile and dial, everyone. Get those calls going out. Invite as much people to that event.
Sorry, hi, Shanaira.
Hi, Sean. Go ahead.
Yeah, just before you go on, also with the new training center, we just want to remind everyone in Toronto, April 1st is a new month, so $40 super pass, basically for the training center. That'll get you into all the tours in April, all the tax trainings in April. We'll be doing Sunday night get-togethers at the training center, plus the boot camp for April, all covered for $40. So make sure you bring $40 in cash Wednesday to be a part of the Power Tour. And again, that'll cover you for the entire month at the training center. Back to you, Shanaira.
Wonderful, wonderful. And moving on to the next announcement. Okay, moving on to the next announcement, we have our grand event coming up in Sunshine City. It's actually where I'm from, Sunshine City, St. Martin. We have our event coming up where we have our corporate team coming down, and of course our top leaders who's also going to be here in St. Martin. And I welcome everyone around the world and the Caribbean to come out and actually get our amazing training from our corporate team, our CEO, and of course our top leaders. This event will start on Wednesday, April 8th. We'll be having a wine and cheese event with the leaders and executives in St. Martin. That time we start at 7 p.m. until 9 p.m. The admission is free. Then we go on to April 10, 2015. We are going to have training with the leaders and our GWT executive team starting from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Then we're going to be having admission fee is also free as well. Sorry about that. Then we're going to have our grand tour event at Port Plaisance in St. Martin. That's April 9th. Registration starts at 6:30 p.m. to 7:15 p.m. and then the power tour starts at 7:30 until 8:15 p.m. LC's administration fee is $5, and of course, guests are always free as usual. Then we have our Saturday, April 11, which is our boot camp. This is a full-day boot camp training with our founder, CEO, Mr. Rene Mesgalu, and our senior VP, Ms. Sanez Human. Time starts at 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and prices for the boot camp is $10. You do not want to miss this event. This is a do not miss event, so I welcome all the Caribbean islands and anyone around the world. You are welcome to attend this amazing event with our corporate team, and of course our national ambassador, Mr. Reza Misgalu, and our regional ambassador, Mr. Sean Haynes, will also be there, and I look forward for this event. Do contact our office manager at our Caribbean Regional Center, Ms. Agnes Brooks, and let her know that you're going to be coming. Send her an email, or you can call the office as well. So if we don't have any more questions and comments, my time is up, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being on the call this evening and taking leadership. I know we have different time zones, people from different countries around the world who are on the call, because we have a jam-packed call this evening. So thank everyone for being on the call with us. We have one last comment from our national ambassador, Mr. Rene Lior, saying passes is to be paid at the door, or you can also email our national ambassador, Mr. Rene Lior. You can email him at rene.lior@gmail.com. So that's rene.lior@gmail.com, and it's rene.liaw@gmail.com. And repeat it one last time for anyone that didn't get it. It's rene.liay@gmail.com. So go right ahead and email him, and he'll be able to assist you. And we have Kermit saying, please, Iran expansion is coming up as well, so you don't want to miss that as well, ladies and gentlemen. Well, thank you everyone for being on the call with us, and have a good evening. Don't forget, tomorrow, for those who are part of CDF, we'll see you on our CDF call, and of course our Tuesday night regular training, was fast start training. So thank you. My time is up. Have a good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are from around the world. This is Shanaira Richardson, diplomat with Global World Trade, signing out. Thank you very much.